Right, it's now Wednesday morning, I think. Yeah, Wednesday. I'm in my tent. Yeah. It's actually late. It's about 5:15. I'm gonna make a quick video here. Got a proper stand so I can sort of fucking very straighten it up. So yeah, I've got to make this quick because I've only got about 15 minutes. I like to get to work before thingy bob. I'm up a little bit later than I was yesterday, so I woke up with my alarm, which is at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday I was up a bit earlier. I woke up about 3:30. So yeah, I want to clear a couple of things up that was in the video yesterday. First and foremost, yeah, the reasons my boy went weird, I've said all that sort of shit to him quite a few times now. I repeated myself last time I fucking saw him, just so I've got it off my head. Everything is about peace. Getting to peace, meaning my own peace of mind, so that if I know that I've covered all the bases, gone over everything, done that, and that, shown that, and that, and said that, and that, means I just know that I've tried everything, and now I'm at peace with whatever it is now that, you know, I've got to make big decisions. Anyway, the reason he stopped talking to me is because I was trying to get him to come to work with me. And he agreed to it. And then all of a sudden, he ignores my phone calls and then tries to pretend, oh, I didn't see it, and starts to bullshit me again like I'm a fucking little cunt. If I was bothered about him, I'd have probably beat him up the last time I laid eyes on him. He came to drop a fucking drill and grinder off to me. But I just don't care. He's a waste man. A fucking waste man. Now, I don't have any regrets where he's concerned. But the one, if I could change anything, I would have just let him rot at his mum's. I wouldn't have bothered doing anything where he was concerned. I regret doing that. I regret wasting all my fucking years and years. But again, I didn't really do it for him. I did it for him, but I did it for me as well, to know, so like, I've done my job. I did my job. I looked after him as best as I possibly could, and I kept him safe from his mum for as long as I could. I dropped him to his mum's because it was safer with his mum than it would have been with me at that moment in time because of the authorities. But rest easy on my actions and what I did, and you know, everything now is his own problems. I regret doing that. I should have just let him rot. I regret wasting any time, but in hindsight, it's easy in hindsight. I didn't know that then. What I know now. So if there's anything I could change where he's concerned, if I know what I knew now, I'll, you know, he'd have never even been born. I'd have never got with his mum, you know. And the reason I even spent as long with his mum was because he was born like. I didn't even want to be with the maniac. You're just out of control. You're out of control at a fucking young age. And it's the sex thing that does it. Because by the time you're fucking... Just quickly address the last video. Yeah, this bird, Veronica, had come... Craig had pulled her, who's Betsy's cousin. had pulled this girl in London, and then she's come down to Luton, and we've gone out for the night, and then Riz is fucking kissing her up behind his back, and they were going to be best mates, you know, back then, and that was when I first met him, and I had a go at him about that, and I had a go at him about fucking that scabby little tramp Holly as well. But yeah, some people love stirring porridge. They love to stir another man's porridge because they're a tramp, you know what I mean? Fuck tramps. My boy is nothing but a tramp. Fuck him. I rest very easy, and just quickly on this, yeah. So basically, on the exampla, it comes down to, you know, bringing down the levels of examples. Would I do the unthinkable? I wouldn't doubt that. You know, this is the only thing I ever really loved in this world. I looked after him, nurtured him. Now look at him. It's all fucked up. Because I made a video, I put some thought into it when I was watching The Walking Dead. If my son turned into a zombie, would I kill him? Yeah, because that no longer resembles my son. What is there today no longer resembles my son. He's retarded. He retarded. And that's how I know teachers are the children are the teachers to adults. So I know that I brought him up better than what he is. I gave him voice. He always had voice. So and every problem he's ever come to me with, or not even come to me with, that I found out about, I dealt with and sorted out in no time whatsoever. I've never really been angry at him. I've never ever hit him. I've never said that much bad words to him to make him behave that much. I think he does fear me, because he should fear me. I was his dad. But he was always given voice, and you know, I know I don't do that, so I rest easy on that front. Anyway, that's that. But yeah, what I'm saying, yeah, by 19 years of age, like 19 I was when I got with 20 when I first got with his mum. This is what I mean. It's all my own fault. Right? I got with his mum. I was with her for a couple of weeks, and then she fucking was a little tramp straight away. And then I'm E'd up, and I've ended up at a fucking party in the Robin Hood. And somehow I've ended up back with the fucking cunt. And then she kept turning up at my house, jumping all over me, bouncing all over me, you know what I mean? And they fucking entice you in. You think you're fucking getting with a nymphomaniac because you're sick of fucking sitting about wanking. Basically, you know, when you get with a woman, because you've been a wanker from the age of fucking 11, playing with yourself, because society tells you about masturbation and does nothing but show you pornography, like fucking, and if it's not hardcore pornography, it's soft porn, you know. So late at night on a fucking Saturday, you got to babysit for your fucking brother and sister, you know what I mean? You might get a little bit of late night erotica on the movie channels and things like that, and fucking you might get a glimpse of boobs on the foreign channels, you know what I mean, where the fuzziness comes to light for a fucking few seconds to trigger you off into a frenzy of masturbation when because you're deranged by early high school age, sexually deranged, like going into complete deviance. Yeah, so by the time I got with his mum, another regret is that, you know, I should have beat the fuck out of that bitch loads of times, but I didn't. You know, I should have hit him more, I didn't. You know, these are big regrets in my life, you know what I mean? Like, and I should have kicked the fuck out of his mum loads of times. Anyway, this is the fictional TV series for Netflix. This is for the TV program, the exampla. It's all fiction. I'm El Capitan. Yeah, you're deranged. You're a deranged little sex maniac. Like, by high school you're actually gone in the head, deranged little wacko playing with yourself. And the education teaches you that masturbation is normal. Society is telling you about masturbation, which is deranged. You don't see, look around and there's fucking animals everywhere like playing with themselves. Don't work like that. They've made something out of nothing, using your natural attraction to the opposite sex. And I know it's deranged. I know it's deranged because I know myself and how deranged it all is, playing with yourself. It's just a wacko guy. And that's, like I said, that starts, if you're not honest with yourself, you're not honest about society, you don't know, you're not going to admit to yourself that you're a fucking deranged little wacko, you're not going to kill yourself. So there's only one cure for these fuckers, and I've tried getting it out to everyone. So I rest easy on that. I rest easy on fucking off all my mates. They're not my mates. I don't recognise them anymore. They're zombies. My boy's a zombie. This could all, it's just computer generated, like, so, they're nothing. They're nothing and nobody's in my life, and I no longer know them clearly. Maybe Riz was fucking hearting my ex-missus. Maybe he weren't. Maybe he's nothing. I'll talk about that in a bit, because I was talking about the sexual fucking deviance, like, from a very young age. By 15 years of age, and I'm fantasizing about teachers and shit like that. So you're looking at adults, you're fantasizing, and they get you to fancy adults as a young child, which is weird, because they're banning you from contact with your own age. So like young girls, you called a slag. You've got parents dictating and trying to stop you from doing everything, because no, you can't lose your virginity and all of this. So you're actually becoming deranged, because now you're a child and you've got pictures of adults on your walls, sexualizing adults to children, and it's male and female, because all the girls, all they talked about was the boys they fancied who were adults compared to them, with beards. And you're looking at you've got Pamela Anderson, you've got I had Danny Minogue. I like Danny Minogue over Carly. I always thought she was the fucking bollocks as a young kid. And you are literally a deranged little wacko fantasizing about older people. So like, by the time, and they know this fucks men up more than both, but when you're in school, because a lot of mainly it used to be female teachers, and so the teacher I loved the most was a teacher called Miss Cole. I fucking loved Miss Cole. And when I think about what I was attracted to, who I wasn't attracted to. Now Miss Cole wasn't one of these teachers that you get now, which is like a young little fucking tramp with boob tubes on and that, and they were in your school like with fucking like with their cleavage on fucking show, like, what are you looking at, dirty boy? Like thinking they're all sexy to fucking children, and the blokes do it as well, and it's weird. And you hear about like loads of teachers shagging the fucking students, but it's not frowned upon like it is for a male to do it. They're paedophiles, are they not? Are they paedophiles? Yet they don't call a woman a paedophile, teachers for having sex with children, when a male would be branded a paedophile for doing so. And they brand males on every fucking front as sexual deviants, when women are equally sexually deviant like that. Yet for some reason society dictates it. You even have porn stars now blaming males for being porn stars. It's just a few glimpses I've seen on what was on my homepage about thingy bobs. Ooh, and all they do, because women have been and they pretend to cry when they're not crying, because they learnt that at a young age, that when they cry people feel sorry for them and they get what they want. That's what happens when you spoil kids. I spoiled my boy. I put way too much importance onto him and gave him way too much voice. So then when he doesn't like, I'm not talking to you now, fuck off. But yeah, Miss Cole. So Miss Cole wasn't one of these teachers like that. She didn't have her cleavage on show. She'd wear like a frock or a fucking thing. She was short, pale skinned, short hair, freckles. She had great tits. Or I imagined her having great tits. They looked great under her frock. Anyway, by the age of 15, you're not taking any of the listening. You're literally sat at the back of the class fantasizing about, I was fantasizing about Miss Cole. You know what I mean? So it's like this. She was northern. So, Terry, what do you think about Lord of the Flies? And I'm like, fuck Lord of the Flies. I've been thinking about your tits. I've been thinking about you rubbing your tits all over me. Me rubbing my face in your tits. And then what I'd actually say is, yeah, and I'd just put a combination of together what a load of other people. Well done, Terry. I've not read the book, Lord of the Flies. I've just literally listened to everyone else while I'm fucking fantasizing about her tits, and then just put it together and just repeat that to her. Yes, well done. And then I'll be like, what are you doing with Mr. Cole? Mr. Cole, because Mr. Cole was my science teacher, she was my English teacher. What are you doing with him? He's a fucking wanker. You need to be with a real man like me. You know what I mean? Look at me. Look at my bumfloss mustache, man. I've got like 5 hairs down either side of my thing. I'm a fucking man. Geezer. You should be with me. Because you're fucked in the head from a young age. A child fantasizing about adults, because the adults are restricting you from what would be your natural thing, which would be having sex at a very young age, because it wouldn't be that big of a thing. It would be a mating period that you would get involved in. Just with your own age group though, your own generation of people. They mix it up and it's weird, and then they've got this age of consent where after 16 years of age, adults are allowed to have sex with young children. Now they teach that children are allowed to fucking pretend to be the opposite sex, and they're teaching that to young children. When I think back to how I was at 30 years of age, let alone fucking 16, I think what a dickhead, wacko, nutjob you was, and thick. So then when I think back to, you're actually like a child, yet society deems that children are allowed to. And my PE teacher, Mr. Wade, he literally got with a student the second she left school. The second she left school. And that is odd. That is odd, like, you know what I mean? But that's the law. So the law is wrong. I had this discussion the other day with one of the blokes. He's gone. I said, look, those young cleaners, they're kids to me. Like, and he went, yeah, but they're legal. I said, never mind legal. What's legal and morally right are two fucking completely different fucking things. They're children. Anyway, I'll carry this on. I'll I've been waffling for a bit too long. I've got to get to work. I like to get to work. It's probably late now. I started this too late. I've got to have a wash. I've got to put my tent down. I'm actually only 5 minutes drive from where I work, but I like to get everywhere early now. Years ago, I'd literally be waking up now, where I've been awake for a fucking hour or two. I need a few cups of coffee, which is a fucking drug. Caffeine is like a fucking mad drug, like coffee. It fucks you up. If I'm really tired and I have a big cup of Costa, and it needs to be Costa, because you can buy cheaper coffees from like fucking McDonald's, Greg's, but if you have a proper Costa, you've got to pay a few pound extra. But it's like drinking a Foster's and a fucking Peroni, like, you know, premium lager and piss water. And the same happens in coffee. I drink one of them big cups and that, and I can do a fucking, like, a drive all the way back up to Blackpool, and I'm fucking buzzing the whole fucking way. Like buzzing quite badly. Like when you take everything out and you start to look at, analyse what it's doing to you're racing. Like it's like an amphetamine, a mild amphetamine that you drink in a hot drinky form. But anyway, I don't mind a coffee, I don't mind a fucking beer. But yeah, you're a complete fucking sexual fucking deviant from a young fucking age. And that's the only reason I got with his fucking mum. And then that spiralled out of control. I moved in with the bitch. Then I don't want to leave her because I'm worried about her fucking, that she'd been abused as a child, because she keeps lying and telling me that shit. And then I went on holiday. With the woman, yeah. We've gone to Dominican Republic. And there's these geezers. I met these geezers from Slough. Like, they're into training and all this, like fucking weights and all that. And I've gone out on the town with these fucking blokes, and they've given me these fucking tablets, T5s they were called. They're like a training tablet, which is a high strength amphetamine that fucks you up bad. But they're legal, like training drugs, what these weightlifters and that take. And you are literally, you take one of them and you're buzzing off your fucking tits. Anyway, I've gone out with them, taken these fucking tablets, drinking, I'm off the rocker. And I've tried to have sex with a fucking prostitute in fucking Dominican Republic. Yeah, I couldn't do anything. My penis had actually gone in from the effects of these drugs, and I was shitting myself. I was giving it large in front of them. Oh yeah, I'm a fucking geezer, like. And you know, they're like a mix of black and fucking Spanish, like, and it's a very nice mix. So you know, so you're walking through the streets and there's prostitutes everywhere, and they're all doing it. And I thought, yeah, I'm a geezer, I'll fucking do it. I couldn't do it. My penis went inwards from the effects of that, and then I woke up the next day and I'm feeling so guilty about it. And we're going on a booze cruise, so I've paid for fucking, like, this champagne diving in these natural swimming pools, and they're just plying you with fucking free booze, fire water, man, drink the fire water. So from 19, the alcohol is really fucking up my life, and drugs. I'm fucking with this bitch anyway, because I'm off my nut on alcohol and drugs, and she kept turning up at my house, jumping all over me. You know what I mean? You think you're getting with a nymphomaniac, and then you move in with the cunts and you've just got a maniac because they're trapping you. Anyway, I felt guilty about it. I've gone on this booze cruise, and then I've blacked out. And then I've woke up the next day. So, you know, it's day after day of blacking out and coming up around and thinking, what the fuck was I doing, man? And I've woke up the next day and his mum's above me, like, and she's going, "Hello, fiance," and I'm like, "What the fuck have you done? What have you done? What's going on in the world?" And my whole life from a very young age was stumbling from self-brought on disaster to disaster, caused by drink, drug, and sex addiction. And then I'm engaged to the cunt. I didn't even have a ring, so it's not like, I didn't have a ring to propose. I think I did it with a crisp. I'd found on the buffet on the booze cruise. I don't remember it. I don't know what I was doing. I'm off the rocker. It's like diminished responsibility, like. So then I'm now, oh my God, and then I can't break up with her because I feel guilty because she's lied to me about that, because this is what women like, and she's not the only one that does it, because they're sick in the head, they attention, sympathy seeking bitches everywhere. Anyway, that's what's taken place, and then she's told me she can't have kids, and then he pops out, and I'm fucking, I can't even look after myself. Although I've got a mortgage, I'm earning top money. We've got nice cars. His mum's driving around in a brand new car. We got a lovely house compared to everyone else. Top of the range leather settees, dining tables. We live very well. But I can't look after myself. I'm a fucking raging madman, caused by drink, drugs and sex addiction, because you're deranged. And this is all from early high school age. I've got to follow this on, and then we'll go on from there just over the next few days. I've got to get this up. I've got to get to work. Today I'm doing fucking something new, actually. The geezer who I worked for yesterday said, "Can I do resin bond?" I said no. He says, I'll show you how to do it. It's easy. I reckon you could do it. I said, look, I've done loads of latex and shit like that. I'm good at all of that, so I'm pretty certain I should be able to fucking do it. He said, good, you've got 185 square meters to do on your first day of ever fucking doing it. But I'll probably enjoy doing that because it's just something new. We'll see how the day goes, whether I actually do it today or not. But the weather's meant to be shit. So I'm quite looking forward to doing that today. I've got to get going. I like to be at work early. And I need to get a parking space because otherwise I'm fucked if I don't get there early. And this was only meant to be quarter of an hour. It's now half an hour, so I've probably fucked it up. I'm going to be in a rush now. Later.